Hey there, have you ever been out with your camera just taking a few shots and you're finding when you're looking at your display the photos are just a little too light or too dark and you want to find a quick way to adjust it, especially if you're in the midst of trying to take a shot of some interesting action or something that's going on? If so, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. I'm Terrence and this is Photography in 1, 2, 3. If this is your first time to the channel, I'll show you how to take fantastic photos and how to properly use your camera. So subscribe now and press the bell notification icon. That way you'll be alerted as soon as one of my videos come out. So what I'm going to show you today is really called exposure compensation, and the technique I'm going to show you is specific to the Canon series of cameras. I'm going to show you on my Canon 5D Mark II. However, this will work on most Canon cameras, and there's going to be similar steps on a lot of other brands of cameras like Nikon or Sony. The first thing you're going to have to do when you turn your camera on is, if you're used to the power button here in a Canon, some people will just click the one on and one stop, and you're on. What you want to do is actually send it to the second level where that little line is, and that's going to turn on the quick control dial. Note that what I'm about to show you, this is only going to work in the P mode, TV, which is your shutter priority, and AV, which is your aperture priority on your camera. What you're going to see when you look through the viewfinder is the same that's up here. Is this the little setting of -1, -2, -1, middle, 1, 2, and this little indicator right in the middle right now. This is your exposure level. So when you're in the middle, you're at balanced exposure, and you're going to have something that's not too light, not too dark, but just the right amount of brightness coming in. So what you'll do is when you're looking through the viewfinder, you're going to press your shutter release halfway down, and you're going to look at what that indicator is. So right now it's showing that I'm properly exposed, but if for some reason it was not, it was going too low, meaning you're dark, or too high, you're too bright, what you can do with this quick control dial is just move this up and down, and you'll see through the viewfinder when you do this, or on the LCD screen right here, that your exposure is going to go up and down. So in this case, what it's doing to do that is it's changing my my shutter speed. Because I'm in aperture priority, it's keeping aperture steady. If I were in shutter speed priority, when I do this, it's going to be adjusting my shutter speed. In fact, because of the darkness in here, it's got to keep it at 4 steady no matter what. But if the lighting conditions were different in here, it would actually be adjusting my aperture. So by doing this, what you're going to be able to do is actually very quickly, looking through your viewfinder, use that quick control dial, and you're going to be able to dial up or dial down your exposure so you're not over or underexposed. What has happened to me a few times before, many years ago, when I didn't know that setting very well, is that I accidentally set it to be too dark. I was in New York City at the time, and I spent 30 minutes taking photos, and all dark, why is that? And then I figured out I had it dialed down to be darker. So knowing you can adjust that very quickly with the quick control dial is something you need to know, and something you should use all the time, because you may have to increase your exposure up and down depending what lighting conditions you're in and if they're changing. Hopefully you found this video interesting. If you did, like, share it, and leave a comment below if you know how you're going to use this, or if you've ever had the same mistake I did of having too dark or too light of a photo for a while because you didn't know that setting was set for adjusting your exposure. And I'll see you soon. Thanks.